morning, good evening, good afternoon from wherever you're tuning in. It's your sis, Moon Magic, aka the Hip Hop Witch, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. And if you're returning, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to connecting with you, vibing with you, and talking with you here on this platform. Today, I was thinking, and the last couple weeks, to be honest, I've been thinking a lot about this concept of seeking versus being. This concept came to me by one of my daily readings, and it spoke about how important it is to eventually get to our place in our journey where we eventually stop seeking and start being. Now, this is a really interesting concept for me personally because I don't know if you can relate to this, but I'm definitely someone who has identified as a truth seeker, someone who's constantly trying to learn new things, new concepts, and overall am on a journey of growing, healing, continuing to better improve myself and also seek truth. Whether it's good or bad, I want to know the truth of any given situation. And I wanted to go ahead and pull up the definition of truth seeker and read it here for you all. It says a truth seeker is someone who is constantly searching for truth and understanding and is not afraid to admit when they don't know something. They are always learning, reflecting, and rediscovering their realities. Truth seekers may ask questions, be open to new ideas, be analytical and creative, be willing to examine facts and events in relation to a larger truth, and be willing to challenge assumptions. So let's look at the definition for being. It says here, a being is a living creature from a person to a bug. Being also refers to the state of existing. To be or not to be? That is the question. When you're talking about being, things that exist are in a state of being. This meaning of being is a little vague, but it has to do with the way things are alive and real. So what is alive and real for you? So I guess my question ultimately has been lately for myself, at what point does the truth you are seeking become real for you? Or is it constantly just truth you are seeking and something that is out of grasp? Now, with all this being said, I don't think there's anything wrong with seeking. I don't think there's anything wrong with gathering data. I don't think there's anything wrong with gathering truth, gathering information, and ultimately doing your research and trying to gain a better understanding of whatever it is that you are looking at. I think it's very important to be seeking, to seek out different resources, to seek out different opportunities, to seek out different ways of being, and ultimately discover the ways that resonate with you as a person and what it is that you want for your life, especially in a world that has an abundance of choices. However, this concept really hit me and has been something that I've been thinking a lot deeper about and how it applies to my own life. So much so that I felt called to share this here with you all on this platform because I just know that if it related to me, that it's more than likely that it will relate to someone here. I don't think there's anything wrong with being open, learning, reflecting, and growing. But at what point do we actually integrate these ideas into being? So with that being said, I stopped and asked myself, what would it look like if I stopped seeking and started being? How would I move through the world just being that which I was seeking? With this idea that I currently already have everything I need to be that thing. Now that part to me is the part that's really difficult, right? I think when you are searching for something, seeking for something, right? You don't feel currently that you have the tools to be it. And this can become a barrier which prevents you from ever just allowing yourself to be that thing. Been many times in my life where I have been seeking to better my situation, but not necessarily being any of those things. What if you actually had all the tools that you needed to be exactly the person you want to be able to navigate the world in the lens in which you see yourself in your mind's eye, right? Whatever that version of you is, I truly fundamentally believe that all of us have that capability inside to be that person now. Is it easy? No. Is it uncomfortable when you start to actually show up in that way? Definitely. Does it take work and intentionality? For sure. But I do believe that we all have the capability to be able to tap into that energy and to bring it to the forefront of our existence and to live it as our daily truth. But it takes practice. And with that being said, I wanted to bring it here on the YouTube channel and see what you all think about this concept of seeking versus being. Do you find yourself seeking more often than actually being the vibration, the aura, the energy, the essence, the character, the response that you are seeking? I want to invite you all to imagine what your day-to-day life would look like if you were no longer seeking these things, but instead were being these things. You're not seeking this life, you are this life. How would you respond to those text messages, that call, that frustrating conversation? How would you dress? How would you talk? How would you carry yourself? What type of character would you have? I think a lot of things that keep us trapped in the world is this idea that the things that we need are outside of ourselves. I think that this is very systematically planned, so to speak, to keep it short and sweet, in order to keep us confined, in order to keep us feeling powerless, and in order for us to continue to go with the status quo. But at some point, at a certain point, we must stop seeking and start truly being that which we are seeking. What does this look like in theory? I want you all to imagine that you are an actor in the role called Your Perfect Life. Now, if you were the actor in this role called Your Perfect Life, imagine what that role would ask of you. How would this character act, behave, talk, dress, think? And I want you to practice becoming that character. Think of it as method acting if you need to. Might it feel cringy at first? Possibly. Will it be uncomfortable? Probably. But over time, this method acting will literally become your actual reality. You will go from seeking into being. There are plenty of examples of this in real life. One example that I can think of right off the top of my head from something current in our media, right, is Ariana Grande and her method acting for the role in Wicked, and how this has changed her voice, changed her appearance. And a lot of people have been questioning Ariana Grande and the way that she has presented herself lately in the world because of this drastic change. She has even stated herself that it is because of her method acting and really getting into that specific role. So, if anything, this is proof that your mind, your thoughts, your ability to become that exactly which you are seeking is very much possible. So what do you think? Seeking or being? Or is there something in the middle? Maybe there's value to both truth-seeking and being, and it's not as binary as maybe this video is throwing out. However, it is a call to challenge yourself, especially if you are someone who constantly doesn't feel like what you're doing is enough, to bring that existence here to you where your current reality is right now in this moment. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Moon Magic. I'm a hip-hop artist, MC, educator, and producer, and professional tarot card reader, aka the Hip Hop Witch. And thank you so much for joining me. If you like this video, make sure to like down below and drop a comment. Let me know what seeking means to you. Do you consider yourself also a truth seeker? And do you think it's important at a certain point to start being rather than seeking? Or is the truth a little more somewhere in the in-between than this video may lead on? Let me know your thoughts down below. But either way, I hope this video starts a discussion and gets the wheels turning in your head to help you to better reach wherever it is that your heart is desiring to go. Thanks for tuning in, and see you all next time. Peace.
Life is a movie. I love me and mine. We learn how to treat me and fully see me. Grant all wishes, genie. So I'll get back to center. Breathing Kundalini. Step by step, which reality you rep? Left, right, take a breath. Step by step, which reality you rep? Left, right, take a breath.